Let x1, x2 be a random sample of size 2 from Bernoulli distribution with PMF f of x. Then x1 plus x2 is sufficient for theta if probability of x1 is equals to x1 comma x2 is equals to x2 given x1 plus x2 is t is equal to. So first like x1, x2, so f of x given theta, f of x comma theta is theta to the power of x 1 minus x whole to the power 1 minus x, and x can take 0 and 1. So we are asked that like the probability of x is equals to x1 comma x is equals to x2 given x1 plus x2 is t, and we were also given that x1 plus x2 is sufficient for theta. So if I consider like x1 plus x2, so the possible values of x1 plus x2, so if I consider it as some t, so for a fixed t value, so the possible values of x1 comma x2's can be like if t is equals to 0, so x1 x2 must be 0 and 0. If t is equals to 1, x1 x2 must be 1 comma 0 or 0 comma 1. And if t is equals to 2, it should just be 1 comma 1, because x1 can take only 0 and 1 and x2 can also take only 0 and 1. So that means probability of x1 is equals to x1 comma x2 is equals to x2 given x1 plus x2 is equals to t is nothing but probability of x is equals to x1 comma x2 is equals to x2 divided by probability of x1 plus x2 is equals to t. So probability of x1 is equals to x1 is nothing but theta to the power of x1 into 1 minus theta whole to the power 1 minus x1 into theta to the power x2 into 1 minus theta whole to the power 1 minus x2 whole divided by probability of x1 plus x2 is equals to t. So that means it's nothing but 2 choose t into theta to the power t into 1 minus theta whole to the power 2 minus t. So that is nothing but theta to the power x1 plus x2 into 1 minus theta into 2 minus x1 plus x2 divided by 2 choose t into theta to the power t into 1 minus theta whole to the power 2 minus t. So that is theta to the power t 1 minus theta whole to the power 2 minus t divided by 2 choose t into theta to the power t into 1 minus theta whole to the power 2 minus t. So therefore these two will get cancelled and we'll be left with 1 by 2 choose t. Therefore option B is the correct answer.